What's up, everybody? This is Eric with mymusicvideomarketing.com. I just wanted to make this video. I get a lot of questions on a few of my other channels, interest clients of what do I think of playlist promotion services like Playlist Pump and Playlist Push and all these different other companies. There's a ton of them now that are coming out that are promoting artists now on Spotify. And my thoughts are this: I've worked with a few of these companies, and I think that the people who run them are good people. I've had conversations with them, and I think it just depends. I put it this way: if your music, I would take your songs and go to some complete strangers online or people who grade music for a living and ask them for their actual their thoughts on your music, and is it ready to be promoted? Because a lot of times you can go to these companies, and some of these companies may be legit and actually get you on some playlists, and the song may just not do very well, because it's it's just not a great song, and you could put it on a bunch of great playlists and it still won't do that well just because it's just not a great song. So that would be the first step, is to make sure that your music is worth being promoted. The second step I would say is that, hey, don't get it wrong. These people a lot of these companies are in it for business, and I think that's fine. If it's 50-50, I have my own business. I have my own things that I want to accomplish with my work. But at the same time, you got to give value to people, and I don't believe in ripping people off. You got to try to, do unto others what you would want done to yourself. And I don't know how some of these companies, I think they do want to help, but also some of them will take advantage of you. So you got to read reviews, you got to do your research. I'm not dropping any names, but I worked with a few of them and wasn't really happy with the results I got. And my artist was pretty good, and we invested a decent amount of money. So it also talks about the reality is a lot of these playlists they're accepting most of anything, and they're throwing on you all these playlists that they don't really own. They're just a bunch of curators that they send it to, and then those playlists get stacked with hundreds of other artists, and it just gets buried. And then some of these playlists have fake followers, and it'll have 40,000 followers, but then you have 10 listeners. So just be careful, If I was to make a bet on it as an artist myself, what I do for my music and my clients is, I tell them it's better off to build your own network and get with a few of other artists that or reach out to some other artists that that may be a little bit above you, and ask them to network with you and get different playlist curators, and reach out to these people yourself. You're better off on getting 10 really solid playlists than spending $1,000 and getting on a bunch of junky playlists. And I'm not saying these companies' playlists are junky. Just from my experience, I wasn't happy. That's not to say that your experience would be the same as mine. You have to trial and error yourself. So, those would be my thoughts on Spotify, my thoughts on Spotify playlist promotion. Just be careful, because there's a few good companies. I know a couple of different guys that run the companies. I'm not going to say the names, and they're good people. But there's a lot of copycat companies that are out there really just trying to take your money, and these people aren't artists, and they don't truly care. They don't give a dang about. They're entrepreneurs. They're literally just trying to find something that's hot and make money on it. And I would say a good percentage of entrepreneurs, that's just what they do. Their whole thing is about just finding a market and making money off it, and that's fine as long as they're giving value. But my situation is I'm an artist myself, and I'm growing my own career and my other artists and clients' careers. So I have a different in-depth look, and I trial and error a lot of these things that I tell you guys to do. If you would like to learn about like a deeper in-depth thing, my deeper in-depth strategy on Spotify, you can click the link below, and you can download one of my programs. I have multiple other programs about different ways to market your music on Instagram and Facebook, and how I've got over 60 million views and stuff on my YouTube, and how I've helped other people and things of that nature. So with that said, thanks you guys for tuning in, and I'll check in with you guys next time.